So Pokemon still has a lot of heat. A lot of people really want the new Set and Hero set. Everybody wants Japanese booster boxes as well. So I had an experience when I'm promoting my website on YouTube and Instagram. Someone asked me, but aren't you scalping? And I think this scalping term is very touchy in the hobby right now. And so I was thinking about it, and scalping, I personally think, is mainly when you go to, let's just say, a Target and you buy an Ascended Heroes ETB. And right now their retail price is like $50, $60, and people are selling them on Facebook Marketplace or TCG Player or whatever, and they're around $100. And I think going to a store and then turning around and flipping that immediately, I would consider that scalping. And so I was trying to come up with some different examples to where not necessarily justifying my prices as a business owner. And if you don't know me, my name's Stefan. I run an online website, chaoscard.com, and that's spelled KHAOSCARD.com. And we specialize in Japanese booster boxes. So I was thinking of different examples of, like, business-wise, of what would be, I guess, considered scalping. And there's some examples that are pretty close to what we're dealing with right now, and then some examples that are maybe similar concept. And so first example I was thinking of, like, so in the United States, the main source of people's wealth long-term is stock market investments, right? There's cryptocurrency, there's the stock market, there's now collectibles, I guess. And so let's just say you bought a stock in the stock market, right? You did your due diligence on a company and you thought it was a good investment long-term. And then a couple days later, they have the earnings report. And now the stock that you paid, let's just say you paid $100 for the stock. Now the stock is $200 and you're like, cool, well, I don't even know if I want to be supporting this company long-term. I'm just going to take my earnings and sell the stock. I personally think that would be considered scalping. However, when you think about it, that's not much different than what you do at Target. And I'm not saying you should go out and scalp. That's not the point of what I'm trying to explain. What I'm explaining is this person that called me a scalper. My business strategy is to source booster boxes in Japan, work with a supplier, build a good relationship with that supplier, ship booster boxes over to the United States, and then sell them for a super small profit margin. And I think this long term is to establish a good customer base to where I support my customers. I give them more than what they pay for. I give them something that they're desired, and it's a free market, right? You can buy from me, or you can buy from the person, John, down the street that has a $5 cheaper booster box. It doesn't really matter to me. My goal is to support my customers long term, to give them more than what they paid for, and just really be able to service them in any way I can. So for that stock market example, people were praised for that. Like, awesome, good job. You made X amount of money on this stock that you sold, right? And that's not really, there's day trading, right? But that's not really a lot of people's end goal, is to just put money into a company or the S&P 500 or whatever and let that grow over time. And then, like, I guess what happened in 2020, people were just like, for me personally, I have some friends that have lost a lot of money in the stock market thinking that in 2020, everything was down, right? So people put a bunch of money into stocks and they bounce back. So now they have all this money into stocks and then they think it's a great idea to start trading, and they've lost a ton of money. But anyway, that's beside the point. But I think long-term, that's the way to go, right? Or you can build a business like I personally am and just be able to provide enough profit margin to make me profitable. And that's not me being greedy, trying to make a bunch of money, right? Obviously, it's the goal to make money, but I'm not trying to make money, a bunch of money all at once. I'm just trying to grow my business slowly and be able to serve my customers that way. And also another example that I was thinking of, so let's just say you go to Target, right? And you have another grocery store that maybe specializes in certain things that maybe their expenses are a little bit higher, so they charge a little bit more money. So you go to Target, you buy some Cheerios, right? and then you go over to the place I'm talking about is Harmon's here in Utah. You go to the Harmon's, they have a little bit higher margin for their products. You pay $2-3 more for a box of Cheerios that you could get at Walmart or Target for a cheaper price. Would you consider them a scalper? Because I personally don't. Like, I like to get all my groceries at one stop. So maybe this company has a little bit more expenses, so they charge a little bit more, but I'm fine with saving time, you know? Some people like to save money, like to go to different stores and get deals, that's fine. Whatever they want to do to make that work. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is whether you like it or not, people are gonna do what they want to do, right? You can't really control that. Obviously, you don't support the scalping. That's contributing to the problem firsthand. But also being able to identify where there an issue is and just make your choice, go about your day, go about your life, right? So anyway, the point I was making, the person that called me a scalper, it was a great interaction. The person didn't really, like, it was just an honest question, and I appreciate the question, and I was able to answer it in the best of my ability. Basically, he said, hey, if you want to go to Japan, find a supplier that's reputable, buy booster boxes from them, do all of the legwork to get them over here in the United States, whatever you're doing them for, if you're doing a rip and ship, or if you're reselling them, or if you're just ripping them yourself. You can do all the due diligence and get a lower price, but I feel like that process is kind of painstaking, right? There's a lot of people that don't really want to go through that process and potentially maybe lose their money because they don't find a reputable Japanese seller. So I'm getting all the booster boxes in the United States so I can sell them for a small margin. And long term, I don't plan on, like, I would love to be able to just get things at MSRP or below it, working with a supplier like Distro here in the United States. You get things below what they're sold at, and you can sell them for MSRP and make your small profit margin and go along your way, you know? But anyway, just a little thought I had, and hope everybody's having an awesome day. I really hope people were able to find some Ascended Heroes. There's a lot of great sets that are coming out. I'm personally excited for the Perfect Order set, just because there's not as many eyes on it. People don't think it's a great set. I think there's some awesome cards in the set. And then we have the Ninja Spinner set coming out here at sometime in March. Not exactly sure on the date, but anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and we'll talk to you later.